Hello everybody and welcome back. Good to talk to all of you again today. And first things first, Merry Christmas to all of you. Hope you all have yourselves a very good break so far. For those of you who don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays instead. And I do hope you're all finding some time to spend with family and friends. As for myself, I am coming down with the flu, I believe. So if in this video I am at times cutting away to things, I do apologize for that, as probably having a coughing fit or something like that. Anyways, here I am playing the Conqueror on Shatter, and one of the first things I noticed about this new replay system that we got with the last patch is now there's a way to manually press the shift button, and that will actually bring up the reticle, which is kind of cool, you know, the reticle you have in game. But if you keep it on and you zoom out of the binocular mode, it still stays there, which is really distracting. There's this huge line on your replay, so I'm still not going to use it, and I'm not really going to like toggle in and toggle out of it, because that just makes things a little bit too weird. So unfortunately we're still going to be stuck with the original crosshair that we have, which is basically nothing, just that little circle in the middle of the screen. But we'll live with that for now. One day when they fix it, then so much better. Anyways, the battle is a pretty good battle most of the way through. In fact, pretty much until the last little bit of the battle, we actually have a pretty good chance of winning it. And then, of course, you know, things kind of go wrong, and, well, you'll see it when we get there. I mean, it is kind of the break. There's a lot more casual players playing right now, so there are stupid moments for sure, and well, you know, you'll see it when we get there. Anyways, as for the battle itself, enemy distribution right now, it's relatively even. They have a good number of ships on the other side, and they have an okay number of ships on the side. Two Yamatos, which are obviously very, very bulky ships, and they do have, well, I mean, this Neptune's not going to last very long, but they did have a Neptune. There was also a Hindi here. There's a low HP Fletcher as well, which I kind of regret not shooting at him when I did have that fraction of a chance to maybe take a pot shot at him. But again, low probability shot, but it's so little HP. I should have really gone for it. Might have been able to potentially minimize some of the problems we're going to run into with that little DD, because he is going to get some torpedoes off and really cause a little bit of problems. For now, the Hindi has decided to just nope out of here, so we're really just dealing with the two Yamatos, and with this many battleships on this side, we're opting to make a pretty aggressive push and try to get rid of the two Yamatos as quickly as possible, turn around and deal with the ships that are coming in from the other flank. On our side, if you look at the other flank, we have two battleships holding, but against that many enemy ships, I just don't know how long they're going to last. So we better get rid of these Yamatos very quickly. And as for a Conqueror, I mean, dealing with Yamatos really involves spamming lots of HE. If you get broadside, of course, AP is a viable ammo choice to do good damage, but when they're angled, it's better just to sling HE and just set as many fires as you can. Fires, especially at the rate at which the Conqueror can set them, can be quite lethal, although I do probably need to aim first. I've missed a couple of these really easy to hit salvos, and I don't know. This battle at the beginning for me was just like, what am I doing? I blame the flu. I completely blame the flu for this. Just not feeling like me right now, and that's okay. Although lately, I don't know why, every single year, right around Christmas, I feel like I get sick. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just, you know, coming to contact with more people because you're seeing people you haven't seen for a while, and the flu virus, and maybe that's why. I don't know. I'll just use that as an excuse. It sucks though, it really does, especially when it is the flu. It's just, you feel so drained, don't even want to get out of bed. But hey, it is Christmas, and I definitely want to wish you guys a very happy Christmas time. Anyhow, as you can tell, two Yamatos, both on fire. Not like they're enjoying the fire as much, but really just, you know, you continue to sort of lay down HE. You do pretty good HE pen damage, and you're really trying to get as many fires set as possible. If you set multiple fires, just move on to another target. In this case, that Yamato there, he's managed to put out his fires, so of course that means another salvo for him. The Yamato had another fire set on him. That's two fires, I believe. He's going to have to put that out soon too. One thing about Yamatos that makes them very dangerous when you're playing Conqueror is the fact that they are able to penetrate you. You have 32 millimeters of armor everywhere, which means they can actually overmatch you and do pen damage, which sucks. It really does. Kerr first, I believe, is going to be taking those Fletcher torpedoes. I really should have killed that Fletcher, or at least try to kill that Fletcher. Yeah, 300 HP. You know, who knows? 12 shells. Could have gotten lucky on one of those snap salvos, but would have allowed our Kerr first to come out with more HP, I think, in this engagement. Enemy Yamato still bow on, still reversing. Another HE salvo in that direction. And there we go, there's another fire. Now that Yamato is burning from literally stem to stern. It's everywhere, look at that. Inferno. Great barbecue on that ship right there. Anyhow, so with that Yamato burning, attention turns over to the other Yamato. Gonna line up another shot. That Yamato's also not really moving. So, hey, if you're not moving, you just make yourself an easier target to shoot at. And there's another fire. Just racking up that fire damage. Against the Yamatos, it is very easy to rack up a good amount of HE and fire damage. Because, namely because their damage control is actually so short as well. It's like once they pop their damage control, you've only got 10 seconds worth of immunity. And then you can set them on fire again. Because Conqueror fire chance, right? That's the best thing. But anyhow, I think I'm going to be able to get my Witherer here soon as well, just because numbers of fire. Hey, I mean, obviously when you're dealing with angled bow-in battleships, the HE from Conqueror is pretty much the default ammunition. You know, you do good damage, get good fire chance, but if you run into a ship that's giving you a broadside, hey, Conqueror AP works just as well, right? If you run into a cruiser that's giving you a broadside, you could 100% go ahead, use armor piercing, and just wreck cruisers as well. Armor piercing is not completely ineffective. It actually does good damage. Yamato number 1 is going down right now, and there we go. So he's gone. So all the focus fire now turns to the second Yamato, who is still not really moving. I don't know. I mean, if I was at Yamato, and there's the Wither, if I was at Yamato, I think I would have been trying to get out of here quickly, try to like maybe come back around and meet up with the team that's currently pushing through the middle. Maybe, or maybe just take cover behind the island right there at C5, maybe like that, I don't know. But in his current position, just not the world's best position. Way out there in the distance, getting focused by everything, no real support from his own team. His team is pushing up though, and they are pushing up quite aggressively. They've managed to take back the B cap. We're still ahead on points temporarily, but that will obviously change as their caps start to play a bigger role in terms of the number of points. Still shooting at this Yamato, not going on fire yet. Ouch. Eat a salvo there from that Iowa. Now, wasn't angled enough to that Iowa, so I did eat quite a bit of damage, 13,000. But it is a Royal Navy battleship, the tier 10 one, so you know, you do have that ability to heal back some of your HP. Of course, with Yamato now not really that pretty HP wise and running away, I decide that the bigger priorities is to deal with these battleships that are coming through the middle here. Iowa manages to just get outside of my ability to shoot at him, so take the HE salvo and pop it against the Lion. Now, would have been nicer to have AP here, could have done probably more damage with AP, but 11,000 on one fire, that's not that bad. But of course, I do immediately switch over to armor piercing, because armor piercing for me in this particular situation is going to be the better ammo choice. If one of these ships comes out, gives me that broadside, I will be able to erase them with Citadel hits. Iowa at first here, just not broadside, a little bit more bow into me, so I switch over to the rear turret's camera. And there we go, Iowa starting to turn, but as you can tell, my angle of shot is just not very good anymore. Salvo out, 12,000 damage, not the best. Take a salvo in return. Didn't really take much damage, 1,300 something. One of my turrets does get incapacitated, but now I'm going to try to come out right as the Iowa comes out broadside as well. So pushing forward again, taking a shot from something, I believe that might have been the Moskva, but that didn't do anything. Alright. So coming around, enemy bombers are right overhead. So focus the bombers obviously with AA. There we go, waiting for this Iowa to show me the best possible side shot there. Right here, Iowa's got guns on me too, but I know I can't be citadeled by an Iowa at this kind of range, but there we go. 20,000, one Citadel, Iowa down. Shooting a few more of those airplanes as well. Use my damage control. Turned a little bit too much here. Now, I wish right around here I didn't make this mistake because I turned just a little bit too much up and ended up putting myself on the island. And yes, this is a bit of a small mistake. Had I not done that, I would have been able to come around and continue to offer fire on the Lion using probably HE or something like that. And the Lion against the Missouri and a Conqueror would probably have taken more damage that way. But unfortunately, it is what it is. You know, they put myself on the island. Notice that the Baltimore's starting to come in. Fletcher pops up again, the really low HP Fletcher. So I immediately tell the Missouri, like, you know, you want to take a shot at him. Missouri does. Able to finish off that Fletcher. I think the Missouri right here is trying to ram that Lion. Lion's obviously going in full reverse. And of course, Lion's HE is no joke. That thing will hurt you, and that, you know, combination of fires and HE pen damage, it's not that easy. You really have to have enough HP to tank your way through that. Of course, now the Baltimore has also got into position and is going to be laying down some fire against the Missouri as well. And that means Missouri's in trouble. And like I said, see, it takes me a while to get back off of the island and try to sort of get myself back into position. So yeah, you know, getting kind of stuck on the island, not the best of plays. But still, you know, hey, I'm off the island, going to re-engage the Lion, take a shot with AP against the Friedrich. I know it's not going to do much, to really just switch over to HE because I know the Lion is going to be bow in. Lion takes a torpedo from our Essex, which actually, according to one of the guys who were spectating this, the Lion could have avoided all the torpedoes because the Essex dropped against what he thought was a Lion moving forward, even though the Lion was moving backwards. And it was the defensive fire from the Baltimore that actually allows that one torpedo to hit, so yay. Anyhow, I have HE loaded against the Lion. There is a bit of a smoke there. I believe that's from the Fletcher. Ouch, that first salvo. Waiting for the enemy ships to show up here. There he is. There's the Lion. See him, he's moving forward a little bit. Take my first salvo. And yeah, I didn't fully account for the turn on that shot. So didn't land much. Only one penetration. Not much, no fires either. Lion takes a return salvo at me with HE, and I'm on fire. I'm on fire. It's okay though. It's okay. Continue to shoot HE back at the Lion, keeping an eye on the island in front of me on the minimap, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to squeeze through this sort of edge of the island. It's going to be a little bit tight though. Enemy bombers are coming as well, and I also have to try to angle as best as possible. So, keeping an eye on the minimap, it looks like I'll be okay. Alright, so focusing back on the fight with the Lion. I'm like, if I continue on a straight line, I should be okay. Maybe turn out a little bit more, I'll be okay. And unfortunately, no. A little bit of the island was just sticking out, like right there. Oh my god, that wasn't fun. I thought I was actually going to get by it, like no problem, but no. No. You don't get that luxury. The minimap, it lied to me. Anyways, I'm really low HP now. I see the carrier has bombed the Lion. So right now I have an AP salvo loaded. So what I'm hoping for is one of these two ships to give me a broadside so I can take a good shot at him. Lion offers what looked like a broadside for a second there, but no, it wasn't. Still stayed angled enough, so yikes. Really don't have much going for me now. I see torpedoes coming in from the Yugumo, who's in the middle there. And it looks like that torpedo salvo is heading towards the Lion, so initially I was going to shoot the other AP salvo at him. But I see the torpedoes come in, immediately decide at the last second to switch over to the Baltimore, get my salvo off, get killed by the Baltimore, but hell yes. Double Citadel, devastating strike to that Balti, and that takes care of the Baltimore and the Lion. And this should be GG here. There's one Friedrich up here who's not got the most amount of HP. We still have a relatively healthy Charles Martel, and we have this Yugumo, who has a CV up close to him. So right now this is the load armor piercing and a Citadel, the carrier to death. Right? Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, our very, very special Yugumo decides that having expended his torpedo armament against the Lion, his next best option is turn himself into a giant torpedo, but you know, that's not how ramming mechanics in this game works. Um, so yeah. Had he decided to gun down the carrier, we would have won. Because any combination of HE setting fires and AP going for citadels, the carrier would have been taken down. Because, you know, Yugumo itself actually has pretty good guns and can function quite well as a gunboat IJN destroyer. So, and if you were just able to gun for a while, wait for the torpedoes to come back up, that would have still ended up better than that. I mean, man, there are moments in this game where this stuff happens and you're just like, oh my god, forgive our very special Yugumo for, oh man, totally threw that victory. And of course, you know, the Yugumo's defenses, I thought Ram did way more damage. Okay. Anyways, anyways, I hope you had a decent chuckle out of this battle. And finally, two last things to talk about. One, for those of you who sent me Santa boxes, thank you so much. Unfortunately, my kind of crappy RNG from last year seems to be carrying over to this year's Santa boxes as well. I've gotten one tier 6, I think, Pan-Asian cruiser, the Huanghe, but everything else has just been like flags and camos. I apparently just have zero luck when it comes to Santa boxes. Anyways, one final thing to talk about before I let you all go and spend time with your families and your loved ones is that I got an email a couple days ago from one of the longtime viewers of the channel whose fiance's father was diagnosed right before Christmas with late-stage cancer. And while treatment isn't likely to save his life, he is hoping that they can at least come up with some funds to buy some time, really, and allow him to walk his daughter down the aisle. So folks, if you're willing to donate or simply just share the message on your social media, a link to the GoFundMe page is in the video description below. Anyways, going back to the battle, hey, you know, we couldn't get rid of that Essex after all. Had a few thousand HP to live at the end, and defeat. 272,786 damage in that Conqueror, Witherer, High Caliber, in like a tier 10 battle. That's quite nice. On a loss, 1,769 base experience, which even on the winning team I would have been 4th. You know, quite a good amount of damage there. You know, as you can tell, AP, HE damage quite balanced out. Almost 100k damage in fires, woohoo, and 191,244 credits earned with premium, although had I not had premium, would have only been like 20,000. Anyways, hope you all have yourselves a very good break. I will be back with hopefully another ship video after I'm done beating off this flu. So until then, take care, have yourselves a good one, and I'll talk to all of you again next time.